Command Performance, USA, the greatest entertainers in America, as requested by you, the fighting men of the United States Armed Forces throughout the world. Command Performance, presented this week and every week till it's over there. Okay, men, here comes that #1 program of yours, hitting the international airlanes and sticking out the old thumb to hook a half-hour ride with you guys who'll be taking the Axis for its last ride. Again, your big show, presented by the Special Service Division of the War Department, is checking that huge catalog of requests made up from your swell letters and coming up with practically everything in the book. And now, meet your commanding officer of Command Performance, the girl who's #1 in the hearts and letters of thousands of you, your mistress of ceremonies, Olivia De Havilland.
Thank you, Ken Carpenter, and greetings to the AEF. Last week, fellows, Command Performance had a birthday with a big cake and one tiny candle. And we want you to know that the candle is still burning and will go on burning for the duration, for its light comes from the torch in the hand of Our Lady out there in New York Harbor. And as the second year of Command Performance begins, further light is cast in your direction by as bright a galaxy of stars as I've ever seen outside of a movie magazine. First, for thousands of her personal routers up there on the Great White Way, from Point Barrow to Anchorage to Dutch Harbor, and for thousands more of you all over the world, it's that swell new song, Saving Myself for Bill, sung by Francis Langford.
Thank you for the invitation. Dancing always gives me a thrill, but my heart wouldn't be in it, not even a minute. I'm saving myself for Bill. Since I left him at the station, other things are practically nil. But my heart's on a vacation, gone for the duration. I'm saving myself for Bill. Out there somewhere, there's a lock of my hair in his pocket, in a locket. This ring I wear shows how deeply I care for Bill. I always will. So thank you for the invitation. Dancing always gives me a thrill, but to be perfectly candid, my heart has been branded. I'm saving myself for Bill. Out there somewhere, there's a lock of my hair in his pocket, in a locket. This ring I wear shows how deeply I care for Bill. I always will. So thank you for the invitation. Dancing always gives me a thrill, but to be perfectly candid, my heart has been branded. The memory of his kiss remains a thrill. I'm saving myself for Bill.
Thank you, Francis Langford. And fellows, Francis will see you again in just a few seconds. But right here, old Sam, the command performance mailman, is coming in, knees buckling under a huge load of your letters, asking for that great band led by the man who's a very top favorite with all of you who clamor for the top tunes of the day. The man who walks up to the mic and says...
Evening, folks. How are y'all?
It's Kyser.
Well, thanks a lot, Olivia. And hiya, fellas. What's cooking? Standing next to Olivia De Havilland, I ask what's cooking. Anybody got a hunk of dry ice? My ears are smoking. Olivia De Havilland. Gee, fellas, she's beautiful. I think I'll sort of spark up to her. Hello, Olivia. Well, shuck me a black-eyed pea and pass me the shortening bread. Olivia, are you all from the South? But don't answer. Don't say a word. Just stand there. In all your loveliness, just stand there. Don't say another word.
Why not?
I lost my place.
Don't worry, Kay. You're a great ad-libber.
Oh, I don't know about that, Olivia, but of course I am a great lover. And you know, I've been told that I should fall in love with you rather than all the other girls in Hollywood.
Who told you that?
All the other girls in Hollywood?
Very interesting. But as a matter of fact, Kay, you know, you are rather attractive. You're debonair.
Yes.
You're sort of sophisticated and kind of polished and, well, intelligent.
Well, is that all?
Well, that's all that's written here.
All right, I give up.
And high time, because there's command performance mail waiting for your signature.
Okay, Olivia. And fellas, we're dishing up something special for Private Vinnie Jean Crasso in that hospital at APO 964. For all the engineers at APO 862. For Colonel Kendall and the mob at 514. And we're saying howdy to Captain Ray Hall in North Africa. The 439th Pin Pushers at 528. And to Jimmy Teslick and the Air Warning Net at APO 629. Our best to Sarge Bill DeHaven and the Air Force in India. For everybody over there and in China and Burma and wherever you are, here's Sully Mason and all the gang in a swell old tune called, well, you'll see.
The girl I left behind me.
Shut my mouth. Here comes old sassy Sully Mason. Tell him about that gal, boy.
I'm so lonesome since I crossed that hill and left that happy little valley. Such weary thoughts my heart do fill since parting with my little Sally. Oh, I seek no more the fine and gay for they but all remind me how swiftly hours did pass away with the girl I left right behind me. I'll never forget the night when the stars were bright above me as they gently lent their silvery light. Oh, when she says that she loves me. But now I'm bound to wander far, but fate will someday find me. Yes, and send me back again to the pretty little girl. Oh, the pretty little girl I left behind me. girl that I left behind me. The pretty little girl, oh, the pretty little girl. Yes, the pretty little girl I left behind me.
Thank you, Kay Kyser, Sully Mason, and the whole Kyser organization. They'll be back in a jiffy. Well, men, your big show turns the beam next on APO 677 to call on a certain ferrying squadron and reaches out in another direction to contact Troop A of the Canal Cavalry. And we hope, too, that Aviation Unit 210, U.S. Marine Corps, has a few minutes to listen because Command Performance is answering universal commands to Universal Studios singing star Alan Jones, doing that song with the kick of the Army mule, the Donkey Serenade.
There's a song in the air, but the fair senorita doesn't seem to care for the song in the air. So I'll sing to the mule if you're sure she won't think that I am but a fool serenading a mule. Amigo mio, does she not have a lady play? She listens carefully to each little tune you play. Si, mi muchachito, she'd love to sing it too if only she knew the way. But try she may, in her voice there's a flaw, and all that a lady can say is Donkeycita, not so fleet as a mosquito, but so sweet like my Chiquita, you're the one for me. There's a light in her eye, though she may try to hide it, she cannot deny. There's a light in her eye. Oh, the charm of her smile, so beguiled Don Diego that he rode a mile for the charm of her smile. Amigo mio, is she listening to my song? No, mi muchachito, how can you be so wrong? Si, la señorita, she'd love to sing it too if only she knew the way. Her face is a dream, like an angel I saw, and all that my darling can scream is Señorita Donkeycita, not so fleet as a mosquito, but so sweet like my Chiquita, you're the one for me. Ole!
Thank you very much, Alan Jones. Well, fellows, everything happens on Command Performance. Recently, you heard the cry of a newborn baby, and you recall the carol Landers sigh heard round the world. Frogs and crickets, the village church bell, hurdy-gurdy men, foghorns and cocker spaniels have all had their innings here, too. And tonight, it's America's famous cover girl, dropping in to chin with a few of her many friends in the AEF. Fellows, here's that charming girl from the magazines, the tennis court, and the movies, Jinx Falkenburg.
Thank you, Olivia De Havilland, and hi, fellows. As the traveling salesman said, I was just passing by and thought I'd drop in. I'd like first to say hello to E.L. Whitney and T.R. Gunter on a Navy ship I can't mention, and Lieutenant Wash Andrews at APO 929. I'm still wearing your bracelet. That jingle jangle jingle bracelet, remember? If you don't believe it, just listen. My best to Andrews and the 43rd Bomb Group, and to Hobson, Blaylock, and Pettyjohn on a destroyer somewhere in the Pacific. Hello to Chub Peabody, All-American Guard at Harvard, now All-American Guard on a U.S. submarine. And hey, you fellas down in Panama, this new regulation I read in your newspaper, effective immediately, all garbage will be hauled 3 feet away from the mess hall instead of 2. Oh, I ask you, is that cultural? Hello, Neil Davis, and to Cal Carey at that naval base. Cal, thanks for the boar's tusk and the string of beads, and Gussie sends her love. To all you Eskimos in Battery E and the Blizzard Belt down there in the Canal Zone, what happened to your buddy who bought the Brooklyn Bridge for $46? Would he like to sell? And Tex over there in England, guess you know how I feel about you. Well, that's all from the old stamping grounds on Cahuenga Street. Thanks for writing, fellows, and love and kisses to all of you.
Thanks, Jinx Falkenburg. Next, fellows, command performance moves into the hoedown department. At APO number 5, they say, you've been digging for the hepcats, now start hoeing for us hillbillies. And at APO 827, one Sawtooth McGee speaks for hundreds of you from New Delhi to the Aleutians to Tasmania. Sawtooth puts it this way. We want to hear somebody call out an old square dance like we had back home. We'd rather hear chicken reel, you know what I mean, fiddlers and guitar. Okay, Sawtooth, here's Jimmy Wakely and the Rough Riders.
Brothers and sisters, here's the lowdown. When it comes time to have a showdown, there's nothing like a good old-fashioned hoedown to chase your blues away. Let it go, boy.
Honey, your partners, one and all, join your pattern circle hall. Round the left, do-si-do, swing your partner, on you go.
Hey.
Catch that cow, rope that calf, swing your partner once and a half. Up that river and round the bend, look out, little ones, don't fall in.
Swing a partner, boy.
Take that little jug lid in the shade, grab your hunting promenade. Swing 'em right, swing 'em wrong, swing that gal a red whistle. Up that river and down the swamp, one foot up, another and stomp. Swing your gal cowboy style, back your ear and go hog wild. Big ring forward, do-si-do, swing your partner, on you go. Back to back, face to the wall, swing your partner, promenade all.
Grab your partner, swing around and circle on your heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, grease your knee for a real Virginia reel. Get ready, put your heel and toe down. And once you started, don't you slow down. There's nothing like a good old-fashioned hoedown to chase your blues away.
Thank you, Jimmy. And for W.F. Fisher in Honolulu, for Private Donaldson, Bill Kemp, and Sergeant Irvin in Alaska, a Marine on Tulagi Island, for Captain Joe Tudor at APO 40 with love from Betty. Also to Happy Fraser at 960 with love from Betty. 2 Bettys with the same idea. And for a host of you in North Africa far too busy to write, it's another command performance for K. Kyser and Company. Professor?
Okay there. Chillin'. I made it. Say, before I go any further, I see a fellow with his hand up back there. He wants to come up to talk to the professor. It's Ishka Bibble. Ishka Bibble, you know, besides being a talented musician, is also a very high-class poet. Ish, I would like very much to have you recite a poem for all the students.
All right. I wish I was a little egg away up in a tree, sitting in my little nest as bad as I could be. I wish that you would come along and stand beneath that tree, and I would up and bust myself and splatter you with me.
Get him out of here. Get him out. Well, that's enough from you. Say, children, you know, you've been knocking out plenty of letters ordering us to play a certain tune that's right up there in the big league. It's a close contender wherever folks gather to tell the hit parade what they ought to play. So here's the whole gang. It's Harry, Trudy, Julie, Jack, and Max with guess what? Brazil.
Someday soon we kissed and clung together.
Then tomorrow was another day. The morning found me miles away, with still a million things to say.
A million things to say. Now, when twilight dims the sky above,
recalling thrills of our love, there's one thing I'm certain of.
Return I will to old Brazil, to old Brazil.
Thank you, Kay Kyser, and all your hard-working organization. And fellows, the international spotlight falls again on that favorite girlfriend of thousands of you, Frances Langford.
Thanks, Olivia. And a quick hello to the Navy gang at Dutch Harbor. Love from dear Mom to Private First Class Edwin Bold, Marine Corps Unit 290. Hello from Baltimore to Private Clarence Shook and APO 922. My very best with fond memories to Ole, Joe, Claude, and Artie up there in Alaska. You Hebrides hermits get on the beam, and that goes for you too, George. The same to Bob and Wink at APO 838. Thanks to Private Stockman and Private Crouch at 851. And Webb at 29929. The command performance autographs are on their way, and we're keeping the home fires burning. And here's the song you asked for. Like the beat, beat, beat of the tom-tom when the jungle shadows fall. Like the tick, tick, tock of the stately clock as it stands against the wall. Like the drip, drip, drip of the raindrops when the summer shower is through. So a voice within me keeps repeating, you, night and day. You are the one, only you beneath the moon and under the sun. Whether near to me or far, it's no matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the roaring traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, night and day. Under the hide of me, there's such a hungry yearning burning inside of me, and its torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you. Night and day, night and day.
Well, men, that's just about all we can pack into a single half hour. So I'd better be locking up for the time being. You've got the key, though, and we'll be looking for you to walk in again next week. And meanwhile, we'll be looking for your letters. This is Olivia De Havilland saying so long for all of us on Command Performance, sending all of our love from the USA.
Command Performance is produced for you men in the Armed Forces of the United Nations by the Special Service Division of the War Department of the United States of America. This broadcast has been a part of our English language shortwave service.